It's week 1 of the National Football League, and it's presented by EA Sports. It's the Lions and the Miners, and it's all up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Detroit Lions and the Sacramento Miners. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, there's nothing quite like it. That feeling of beginning another NFL season. And these two squads, they're going to do just that in a moment.
And what makes it so exciting is the range of possibilities these teams have before them, because we could be seeing one of these teams earn the Lombardi Trophy in February, while the other, they could earn the #1 draft pick in April or anything in between. And we've got the best seat in the house every step of the way.
Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And off we go from the California capital. Taken at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And a quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
It hasn't taken Herbert long to earn this status as one of the league's best and most entertaining passers. He's locked and loaded on every snap, and the second he sees an opening, the ball's soaring downfield. You've got to be on your A game at all times against him. The second you slip up, he's liable to burn you.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Second down, another run with Taylor. And some room to work. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
An unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back. Focus on the next play. Move on.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Herbert. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
This is fielded at the 27. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And a glance here at the southpaw, who will be calling the plays under center.
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. throw left side complete. That's Jackson. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
To number 86. It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Back to throw. That's complete to DK Metcalf. But he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down. It still leaves him with 4th and short. Any chance you go for it?
It's definitely in the back of my mind. In fact, I've discussed it with my staff all week long, different situations that I may want to go for it. Where's the ball in the field? Do I have confidence in my trigger guy? What am I going to do? I'm also talking about my analytics department. What are the odds? If I don't get it, what's it going to do to me the rest of the game? Personally, I end up taking all that, putting it in my head, and making a decision. And you know me, I'm probably going to go for it.
Wow. You want to make an opening drive statement.
Yes, I do. Once I have the ball and I've got it on the move, I don't want to just give up that easily.
They decide against going for it on 4th and 1, maybe to the dismay of their offense, but hey, a nice consolation prize down inside the 5.
Nice consolation prize indeed. So maybe the offense is upset, but they showed confidence in their defense by punting it away.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. 2nd down, another run with Taylor. Able to break the tackle and get some breathing room before being brought down just outside the 5. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. Throw left side, taken in by Slayton. And he is going to have the Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. And now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10. Herbert jet sweep as he taps it forward. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. And again, Herbert. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. They went 3 and out on their 1st drive of the new season. Not an ideal beginning as they start drive number 2, 1st and 10. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. There to stop him, Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
A first red zone opportunity the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Jackson. From the 6 now on 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Miners use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. But just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in after report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. Detroit's offense ready to take over. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. On 2nd and 11 now. Herbert. He'll drop this down to Taylor. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Here's Herbert. Going right side, he finds Slayton. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Play action. It's Herbert. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Herbert now. Under pressure, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's when we turn to your rival and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And if you're wondering just how quickly that sack occurred, the next-gen stats tell us 2.6 seconds is all he had to throw the football.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 18. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. Here's Sacramento's offense once more. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. He'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't it?
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jackson. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. And that's this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. He'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. That one goes for 24 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Another one into the hands of Jamar Chase. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the 2nd quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now that
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skill showing the power, but just not much room to operate.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. They'll set up a throw. Buying time to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3. And I think they have to be happy by the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
Taken in at the 3. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Time for another look at this Lions offense.
Nothing for him yet from an offensive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And he can muster only a couple here to the 24.
The Lions on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Dancing to his left. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Herbert able to show his wheels as he gets the first.
Well, he and his offense was staring down what was likely a 3 and out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
They'll try the air now with Herbert. And he fires one that's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did, and came through with a big-time pick 6.
Now the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded just outside the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. And Detroit back in possession of the football. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run once more with Taylor. And he's got room. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. On 1st down, Justin Herbert. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Herbert. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. This one is Slayton over the middle. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Herbert's throw on target to James. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. Herbert on 1st down now. And in for the Lions touchdown. Darius Slayton from 10 yards out. And the Lions get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. They're going to look to throw. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And on now is the punter. as he'll kick it away for the second time. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Lions will take over.
Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates.
And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat. Make sure he touches it a few times, but as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? From the gun, Herbert on third down. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taken in at the 22.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards.
And controlling the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
And with a 17-7 lead, maybe they're just looking to get into the locker room.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend, as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season, so let's take our first trip around the NFL.
It looks like we'll have to wait another week to get our first halftime report of the season as we move right along to the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
And the half will begin with a touchback. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line can play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll bring up second down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. 2nd and 3. It's caught by Jackson. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. Ooh, the juke. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Back to throw here.
Jackson's got it over the middle. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Back to throw. Throw left side, complete to Chase. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw again. Caught on the slant. Touchdown. From 8 yards out. And the Miners are looking good here. The season openers are able to extend their lead. Good throw there. And I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Herbert. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. On 1st and 10, Herbert. Wide open receiver, complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Back to throw here, Herbert. James has got it, complete. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 first downs. They're taking it to them, and it's paying off.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. There he goes left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
Now the try here for the point after. And the lead is now 24. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. And Detroit getting set to go now. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Back to Taylor on first down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Justin Herbert looking to pass. They'll check this one down to Taylor. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Escaping the pressure right. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. Look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Quick slant caught by Chase. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now a give up the middle to Williams. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
16-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's Chase now on the jet sweep. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. He's at the 40, the 20. And into the end zone. A scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. So hold the phone here, Charles. I've kind of written them off, but after that touchdown, it's certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second-half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as he'll go for 2. They'll let Taylor try and run. And he's going to get in for the score. And the lead now cut to 14.
So the celebration in the end zone, but meanwhile we do have an injured player. We always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Here's Sacramento's offense once more.
They're right back out there after watching the fumble go the other way. Still in control of this game, but that needs to serve as a wake-up call because they're not in the clear yet.
No, the message should be clear that fortunes can change pretty quickly when you turn the ball over. You've got to take care of it, otherwise that lead could slip away quickly.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds.
Out of bounds at the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
They try the left side here with Williams. And he's got some space here. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
45 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe it'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Looking to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
It's a gain of 3.
They'll look to throw here.
Got a man open. It's Chase.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We are back now in Sacramento. As we've got the final quarter upon us, we get ready to start the 4th. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage.
Anytime a fake doesn't work, we usually focus our attention on the guys that were unsuccessful. But how about the defensive guys? They have to plan all week. They have to prepare all week. Special teams, it looked like they were educated for that one.
Educated on their toes and getting a big stop.
A pass there over the middle to start things out.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Rolling to his right. And this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. And this will remain a 16-point deficit.
Wow, partner, it's almost a little jarring to see a holder set up on the other side of midfield. I haven't brought out my binoculars to make sure on that one. That is showing an awful lot of confidence in a kicker to try and hit from 61 yards, and this one winds up no good.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Shaquille Leonard in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Up the middle, it's Williams. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. They'll look to throw. Got a man, it's Chase. He completes it. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards on the play. Certainly worth noting he's now 1 catch away from 600. He's at 599 in his career. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Another one into the hands of Jamar Chase. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. That reception, his 600th NFL catch. Congratulations, quite the accomplishment. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Baseman. Defense.
Well, trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that personal foul, that only adds to the hole that they're currently standing in.
Yeah, absolutely a bad job of just losing your cool and letting your anger take over. Mistakes like that, not going to help you at this stage of the game.
He'll look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's got it. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
They'll try to run this one in. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
This has not been a fun game for this defense. They've definitely had their share of struggles, but they needed to make a play right there, and they finally get it done on 3rd and goal.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This to make it a 3-score game late. They pass up the 3, fake it, it doesn't work. And the Lion defense able to come up there with a goal line stand.
I remember being taught that cliches have become so for a reason. A lot of times they're true, right? What's that they used to tell us about letting sleeping dogs lie? But this one wasn't sleeping, maybe it was just slumbering a little bit. But taking that gamble there, you've got the lead. You may have ignited them now they stopped you.
That's exactly right. If you take the points here, you don't shift momentum necessarily on that play. You probably just did. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Now it's Herbert. This one is Slayton over the middle. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
One of the things you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. A shotgun snap for Herbert. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, Herbert. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped them for no gain.
Fourth down for Herbert. Desperation time. He finds his man. Complete. That's James. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Herbert back to the air, and that is incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Herbert now. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Phillips. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Here's Herbert. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle 3rd of the field, and that brings up 4th.
Whenever I see an in-route dropped, as we just saw on that play, I'm always thinking that in the back of their mind, they're worried about what's coming at them because they're going towards traffic on that route as opposed to being away from it and maybe having a little bit more space.
Able to find his man, John Phillips. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. To the air again, Herbert. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they'll work this down inside the 30. On first down, it's Herbert. Over the middle, complete. That's Phillips. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Now Herbert. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Herbert. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then gets it with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. They'll start this drive out on the ground, and he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams.
And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And they bring their punter out there now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So now the Lions down by 16, less than 90 seconds to go. Somehow they need to come up with a pair of touchdowns and 2 two-point conversions.
Herbert to throw.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
Here's Sacramento's offense once more.
And still a little bit of time left, but the defense can't stop the clock, so 3 kneel downs should be enough to finish this one off. Game in hand, the offense takes the knee. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1.
A CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record, but everyone's got to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for the home team here, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville.